Hey, what's up? It's Kirk. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Kirk. This is episode like 11 or 12. Not really sure. Today, I just had it on my heart to talk about asking and begging. Uh, Sometimes when you're starting like a new business, like carbs, for instance, or if you're a personal trainer or you're a photographer or you're just new to any kind of industry, like a business that you're starting, or like even my the YouTube page here, um, people are always like get mad. They'll rant like, "Oh man, no one supports me. My friends and family, man, they don't care, man. They're not supporting me." And I used to get really upset. I did music before, and I used to put music like videos out and links to like places where they can find my music, and nobody would get my shit. And I used to get pissed, like, man, no one's supporting me. They're supposed to be my friends, man. And it wasn't until later I realized that you have to create the desire. You have to create the content. You have to create the desire in people to want to go to your shit. If people aren't signing up, subscribing to your shit, if people aren't buying your shit, if people aren't fucking with your shit, it's your fault. It's because you aren't giving them something worth buying. It's supply and demand. You see what I'm saying? So there's no demand for your shit. So you have to figure out how to create that demand. And also you have to be patient if necessary to get to the point where people will fuck with your shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, it may take a year, it may take 2 years, 3 years. You got to be persistent. There's a story of Tyler Perry, and he wanted to do this one show, right? And he saved up all this money and got these loans, and he put on this show, and like nobody came. A few people came. Then he persisted, and he did it again the next year. Got these loans, put up all this money, did a show, hardly nobody came, but maybe some friends and family. Did it again the next year, did it again, and did it again, until finally it cracked. But it took years of persistence and the expectations weren't being met as far as how many people he wanted to go to this show. But once it did, you see that it blew up into something, and that's just from being patient and being persistent. Um, and so at the end of the day, it comes down to believing in what you're doing, knowing what you're doing, and sticking with it. Your tribe is going to come. You're gonna build your tribe. You know what I'm saying? Your tribe is going to grow. Right now, I already have expected that I wasn't going to be selling a whole lot. At least as much as I would like to be selling. I wasn't going to reach as many people as I would like to at this moment, but I have a long-term vision for myself, and I know where I'll be in 8 years. I know where I'll be in 5 years. When I first started training, coaching for bodybuilding at my old gym, I had a lot of haters at my old gym because I was leveraging my Instagram. At the time they weren't, but I was leveraging my Instagram, the other trainers there. I was leveraging my Instagram to get a lot of people who wanted to train with me after I did a show. Now I had only did like maybe 2 shows, and I hadn't really won. And I had all these girls asking me to train them to do bikini. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew I was going to learn. I knew that I was going to learn, and I was going to learn through making mistakes, and I was going to learn through building these relationships with these people. But the haters around me started getting in their ear, and, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. And the reason people hate is because they don't want to see me do well. They don't want to see you do well because for they didn't try to do it because they didn't think they were qualified to do it, which is true, right? They felt like, I'm not a pro, so how can I go train these people to do a show, right? Well, that's fine, but how do you get to that point? You got to learn. You got to go through trial and error. You got to be willing to make mistakes. That's how you learn. I knew I was finna learn, and I did learn, and I did end up doing well. You know what I mean? And so I knew, I had anticipated that I wasn't going to be elite level. I wasn't going to be great at the beginning. I knew I was going to learn, and I had to persist even through being somewhat humiliated. And that's how it feels sometimes when you put some music out, or you put out some product, or you start a business and no one's really buying your shit. You feel somewhat humiliated. You feel like my shit isn't worthy. No one's buying my shit is it's not good or I'm not good. But it's just a part of the process. So don't let that hold you back. Don't let the fact that people aren't going to buy your shit, that people aren't going to support you who you feel like should be supporting you. You don't really want them to support you if it's not genuine. You know what I mean? You want people to support you because they genuinely like what you're doing. You know? You want people to have passion for it, and you have to have passion for what you're doing, and it will come across. And you have to understand that where you're at the beginning, as time goes on and you make mistakes and you learn and you learn and you learn, your product and whatever you're doing is going to get better and better and better and better. And you're going to go through peaks and valleys, and you're going to just have to anticipate that you're going to have those valleys, and you're going to have to utilize those valleys to learn to set you up for the next peak. And that peak will be higher than the last peak. And that's the process of growing. That's the process. You know, and that's the same thing with bodybuilding. You know, you bulk, you cut, you bulk, you cut. And pretty much anything. If someone switches to a new job, they maybe have met some type of seniority, and they met some type of income at one job, and they say, well, I need to grow. Typically when you jump to the next job, there's like a decrease in pay, and then you work to a higher level of pay than the highest level at your last job or career. So that was on my mind to share with you. So at the end of the day, if people aren't fucking with you, it's your fault. You need to create the desire, and that's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. It's exciting. Like I'm enjoying it right now. I'm trying to figure out what things people are enjoying, what things people don't like, what things people respond to, what they're not responding to, and just getting data to help me perfect what I'm doing and try to reach people in the way that they want to be reached. So I don't take it personal if people aren't subscribing, aren't buying to my stuff. I've already anticipated they weren't. I'm just waiting for that moment when I figure out what it is. And I just have to you have to stay hustling. You have to stay persistent, stay consistent, stay passionate about what you're doing. And that's pretty much all it is to it. Right now I'm wearing a Concord shirt. My homeboy has started Concord. Love Concord. I support other clothing companies and other apparel companies and other trainers. Your success is not going to stop my success. So, you know what I mean? You don't have to hate on nobody. You do you, and your people, your tribe will come to you. Okay? So don't let being humiliated or starting at the bottom or not being perfect. A lot of people won't start unless everything is perfect and everything is organized. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. There's never going to be a right time. So start now. Start with what you have. Utilize what you have and go out there, fail and learn and persist and perfect what you're trying to do. So grow together.